Hey, everybody. It's Kanisha Coleman, the beauty CPA. I am the owner of Coleman Tax, an accounting firm that exclusively serves beauty entrepreneurs. Our goal is to help you maximize your profits with CFO and tax services. So, I am here to talk to you all about what you should be doing in your beauty business from now until the end of the year. It is December the 1st, so you only have 30 more days left of 2020, and we can end it strong, we can end it right. So that's why I'm going to come to you today, and I'm going to be talking about, let me see, I'm looking at my notes here. It's about 5 things. And I don't want you to at all think this little mini checklist is going to be like, you know, a cakewalk at all. It's 5 things, but like it's deep. You're going to have to get your hands dirty on this one. And the reason why I'm bringing it to you now is because, like I said, it's December the 1st and you got 30 more days. And I know y'all finna get busy. Y'all finna get busy with the holiday season and all. Everybody gonna wanna look good, wanna look cute. Ain't going nowhere because of COVID, but still wanna get cute. I know I'm gonna be right there with them. So I know y'all gonna get busy, but if you're not busy yet, or even if you're already busy, at least you'll have this list of things that I'm going to give you today on this live, you know. And I want you to plan it, right? Don't try to tackle it all at once. You're going to overwhelm yourself. Just taking one step at a time, put it on your calendar, maybe jot down maybe 90 minutes, get it done, knock it out. You'll get it done before 2020 is over, and you'll be able to start 2021 right. But I do got a couple of housekeeping items real quick for y'all. Okay. Number one, housekeeping item number one. Um, there was some issues last night. There was some issues last night, and I'll be honest. I got like a love-hate relationship with technology. I read all the instructions. I do all the tutorials. I promise. But there were some issues. Some people wasn't able to take advantage of joining a BFA or Beautypreneur Finance Academy at the founding members fee of $97. That is fine. I left it open for another day. So you guys got, if you haven't joined, you got to midnight. So I am in Central Standard Time. You have till midnight on the West Coast. So with midnight Pacific Standard Time, just to be fair to the California folks. You got, so that's what, 2 a.m. Central, 3 a.m. Eastern. Y'all got until the end of the day, basically, to join Beautypreneur Finance Academy at the founding members price of $97. Okay. Use the code founder. You see the URL. Well, YouTube and Facebook, y'all can see the URL in my banner. Instagram, I will put the URL in the description to this live, but it's basically bit.ly/Beautypreneur Finance Academy, all one word. Okay. So if you wake up tomorrow and you catching this live, probably gonna be too late. Probably gonna be too late, but that's okay. But for you watching now or catching the replay before the day is over, I am going to leave it up for another day because of the glitches that happened last night around midnight, and go ahead and get in while you can. I want to give a big shout out to the cohort, December cohort that I have now, though. We about to get busy in another week or so. I'm going to drop, like I said, module 1 regulatory. That's going to drop by 8 a.m. Monday, December the 7th. And then we'll have our first office hours Sunday, December the 13th. But of course, we'll be vibing in a Facebook group, right? Anything you got to say, any comments, any questions, we'll be hashing those out in the Facebook group if we need to, right? As needed. Okay. Housekeeping item number 2. I have a new podcast episode out, the Love to Sugar podcast. You can find Love to Sugar on Instagram. Their handle is love number 2 and then the word sugar. So LOVE number 2 SUGAR. It's talking about knowing whether you're an employee or independent contractor. And that's important because I know, like, if you're working for another salon or spa and they're categorizing you as an independent contractor, don't be so sure. Yeah, make sure all that's on the up and up. So that podcast discusses that issue, whether you're a W-2 employee or an independent contractor. We go through those factors so you can be able to tell what you are. It's important because if you're in fact an employee, but they're treating you like a contractor, they're taking some of your rights. Some of your rights like overtime, sick leave, workers' comp, unemployment insurance. So it's important. So check that episode out. Again, that's at Love to Sugar. You can find them on Instagram here at the handle, the word love, number 2, and then sugar. Okay. So then housekeeping item number 3.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Y'all hear that?
8 M's in my bank account. Yeah.
Okay, so that is the ad. I'm going to be speaking at the Beauty Business Blueprint Summit this weekend on December the 5th. That was their ad. I was trying to click on it so I can get more information to be able to say right now. But like I said, it's going to be this weekend. And it's a free summit. I'll put that information in the description to this video when I'm done. But again, knowledge is everything in this. So if you get an opportunity to go to a free summit, take advantage of it. You go, this summit is all about operating a beauty business, growing and scaling that beauty business, and it'll touch on finances. I'm going to speak on building your beauty business budget at this summit. So you can catch me there and all the other wonderful speakers. Again, it's going to be this weekend, December the 5th, that's Saturday from 6 to 9. It's going to be online, obviously. I'll put the URL in the description to this video. All right. That's all the housekeeping I got for now, but I'll come to you as things arise. Of course, let's get into the content though. I'm ready for this. All right. So again, it's December 1st. We got 30 days to prep our beauty businesses for the new year. We're going to finish off 2020 strong, and we're going to start 2020 off ready. We're going to be come January 1st. We're not going to be getting ready. We're going to be already ready. You're going to wake up January the 1st, New Year's Day, and you're going to be already ready instead of trying to scramble it and getting things to ready. Okay, so everything we're going to talk about is going to help you in planning, financial management planning for your beauty business. All right. Item number 1, you got to get your beauty business books in order. Everything I say, literally, I'm going to be saying first, you got to start with a clean, up-to-date set of books. If your books are not together, you can't really do much planning because you don't know where you are, you don't know where you've been. So the first thing I want you guys to do is to get your beauty business books together. Now, you can do this one of 2 ways, right? If you don't have bookkeeping, obviously you need to start implementing bookkeeping in your business. And then everything that's happened this whole year in your beauty business so far, you need to put all that financial data in that system, whatever system you choose. Now you have 2 options. You can go with good old-fashioned Excel spreadsheet, which ain't no shade in that because there's some very sophisticated, robust bookkeeping templates out there. Or you can go ahead and go for the cloud accounting systems like QuickBooks Online. Whatever you choose, just know that you need to put all of your beauty business's financial data from this entire year into that system. Now, this may be very easy because a lot of us was closed, right? For most of the year, you're closed. So you may not have much, which is a good thing, right? You won't get so overwhelmed. But you need to get that data in that system. Secondly, if you already have a system, but you know it's not up to date, you need like a little cleaning up, it's time for a cleanup, it's time for a catch up. You can either do it yourself or you can hire somebody to do it. Now, if you want the fastest and the most efficient way, I would say hire out. Do not think that job is going to be cheap. That is not going to be a cheap job, because that's basically asking somebody to do a year's worth of bookkeeping in a month. And that could be quite some time and a pretty penny, but still be maybe more efficient than like you if you were doing it yourself. Whatever you do, you have to get all this data in a system. The reason why you want to get in the system, because then we're going to move to step 2, which is using that system, whatever it is, either Excel or either Excel or QuickBooks. You're going to use that system to generate financial statements. We're going to do the 3 financial statement package, right? What are the 3 financial statements? And I should have did like a pop quiz with a prize. If I was thinking ahead, I would have did like, okay, if somebody can name the 3, I'll give you $25 gift card. But I wasn't even thinking. But I'm gonna give you the answer. First one, income statement, or some people call it profit and loss or P&L, but it all means the same thing. So the income statement, you want to generate the income statement because that's going to tell you the profitability of your business. 2, you want to generate the balance sheet. The balance sheet tells you the financial position of your business at a moment in time. So the balance sheet is cumulative. It'll tell you what your beauty business is worth, right? And then the 3rd financial statement is the cash flow statement. That's telling you where the money went. Cash is king. It's telling you exactly where all that cash went in your business. So we want to run these 3 financial statements because it's going to help us determine where exactly are we? What's our financial position? Okay. Once you have your financial statements and you've assessed where you are, you're going to look at the goals you set for yourself. So hopefully last year, this time, you made goals. You made financial goals. You made some type of budget. Even if you didn't, maybe in your head, you had some type of money goal. You want to take what you just produced this year, the 2020 financial statements, compare it to last year, keep in mind your goals. And you want to say, hey, did I meet my goal? Did you meet your goal? And if you did or if you did not, you want to know why. You want to know why. Now, the first goal, if you didn't hit your goal, one of the first reasons I can think of is obviously there was a pandemic, right? There was a pandemic. But I don't want you to use that as a crutch, right? Because eventually we did open. So when we opened and when we were able to take customers, right? How did we perform? You want to assess all of that and you want to make a note of all of that. That's just assessing the financial position of your business and its performance throughout the year. So on to item number 3. Item number 3 was review your goals. Item number 4 now it's time to set new goals. It's time to plan for the upcoming year. Time to set 2021 money goals. Time to set some money goals. Now, like I've said before, most of this year we went through a pandemic. So you kind of know the money you could make because some of you opened up, the last 6 months of the year, maybe the last 4 months of the year. Okay, how much money were you able to make in the last 4 months of the year? So then come 2021, if there's another shutdown, you'll be able to say, okay, what's my cash runway? How long could I last if I'm shut down with 0% capacity? And then you'll be able to know, okay, how much can I make at 25% capacity, 40% capacity, 50% capacity? You should be able to take this year's data and use it to plan for next year. You should be able to do that because you've already lived it. So that's why we really want to capture this year. That's why the first step is get your beauty business books in order. Step number 2 is determine your financial position, how you performed. Assess that towards the goals you made for yourself, which was step number 3. And number 4, now you can use all this historical data to plan for 2021. Please factor in the fact that we are still in a pandemic, although not as stringent as before like the beginning of the year or middle of the year, it's not that bad anymore. But in the case that it is, in the case there's another shutdown for, because there's spikes, because we are in flu season, please factor that into your 2021 budget. Whatever, and I've said this before, I'm going to have a sidebar real quick. I did a live a couple weeks ago with another beauty business coach, and we talked about being COVID ready. And we said beauty professionals need to find more than one stream of income that does not require you to be face-to-face with your clients. Okay? That needs to be factored into this 2021 plan. Besides what you do right now that involves being in front of your client to deliver a service, what can you do that does not require that? That does not require any FaceTime or any touch, but you still can make money from your clients. Now is if you have not thought about how you can do that, now is the time. Because another shutdown is not like a if, it's like a when. It's like a win. So please think, I'm urging you to really think about that second stream of income, whether it's a product, maybe you want to do virtual consultations that cost, maybe you want to go ahead and put together some webinars that you can charge for, maybe you can do some tutorials, maybe the service that you can provide, you can develop an aftercare, before care, or do-it-yourself version for your client, something. But you got to think of another way to make money, and don't depend on the stimulus, don't depend on more relief money, because that's just like we don't know. It's just like a big question mark. And the fact that we're going to transition administrations, that kind of layers on an additional complexity to all of this. So let's not even count on the government. Just think about that extra layer of income of what you can do. And then when you think about it, please put an implementation plan together. Make this real. Make a timeline of when you're going to do X, Y, and Z to put this plan in motion for your second lines, your second revenue stream that does not require you to be face-to-face in front of your client. Okay? And then my last step, which is my favorite step, the last step is get organized for tax season. Now, none of you are probably like, tax season isn't even on your radar. Obviously, because taxes require that you made some type of money, and you're thinking in your head, I ain't make a lot of money. IRS don't care if you didn't make a lot of money. They still want you to report it. They want you to report all your revenue and all your expenses. And if you end up getting a refund, fine. But if you don't, they want their cut. So to be compliant and to get any refund, if you did make a ton of money, you did suffer a huge loss, it will be a refund. And I know you guys want that as quick and as soon as possible when the IRS opens at the end of January. So start getting organized for tax season. Number one, decide whether you're going to do it yourself or you're going to hire out. Now that may be a decision like, okay, I can't afford a CPA, so I'm going to do it myself. Fine. But you got to make the decision. And then be prepared to actually do it. Like, don't, go figure out what software you're going to use. Are you going to use H&R Block? Are you going to use TurboTax? Are you going to use TaxSlayer, TaxAct, whatever else is out there in the market? What software are you going to use if you're going to do it yourself? Make a little appointment on your calendar right now. This is when I'm going to sit and do it. Don't block out one day because you're not that good to figure it out. Block out a couple of days. Okay? It takes the average person 20 to 24 hours to do their tax return, to gather all their stuff and put it in the software and then review it to make sure it's right. Step number 2, get your books together. Now, I sound like a broken record because I said this 15 minutes ago. That's the first thing you need to do when you're planning for your beauty business finances. You got to get your books together. Cannot do taxes without books. If you take a box of receipts or a folder to a CPA to do your books, you're going to get charged twice. Once for bookkeeping because you brought them a bunch of receipts, and then 2 for the tax return. So save yourself some money. some frustration and time and get the books together now. It may take you a whole month to get them together. So come January, now you're good to go. But please get your books together in preparation for tax time. Number 3, any tax strategies you want to implement before year end. Now, we do have 30 days left. If you do your books right now and you see, like, whoa, I did make some money. Okay, I made some money this year. And you look at the tax you may owe. Yeah, I'll repeat the steps. Give me 1 second. But if you look at your books and you see, like, oh, I've made money this year and I'm going to owe this tax bill. Maybe you want to implement some extra strategies to lower the bill. I got one for you. Okay. Let's say you realize after you do your books, you're going to have a tax bill that you don't particularly like. One way to save money on taxes, especially if you're a cash method taxpayer, is, let's say, so it's December. Let's say if you know you need like certain supplies or equipment for next year for your business, buy them now. Because you're a cash method taxpayer, if you buy them now, you can lower your taxes from the expenses. You're going to spend the money anyway. Now, I never suggest you go buy something just to lower taxes if you wasn't going to buy it anyway. But if you're going to spend the money anyway, don't wait till January 1st or 2nd or 3rd. Buy it now, it can lower your tax bill. And that's because you're on the cash method of accounting. So that's a free strategy right there. There you go, okay? There's some other things you can do. You can contribute to certain retirement funds. If you know you need to, add some savings to your retirement, you would rather give the money to your future self than the government. Maybe you want to do another contribution to a retirement fund. There are a number of things. For those of you who have children, let them work for you for a month. Put them. If you are not a corporation, if you're a sole proprietor, right? If you're a sole proprietor and you have a child over the age of like 7 or 8, they can reasonably do some easy things. Put them on payroll and you can deduct what you pay your child for your beauty business. You're going to give them the money anyway. So go ahead and put the kids on payroll for the month of December, right? There are certain things you have to put in place to substantiate this strategy, but this is a way that you can save money on taxes. Is to put your kids on payroll, have them do some tasks, document what they do, document their time, document what you pay them, and you can deduct what you pay them on your beauty bill. Now, this strategy typically is for non-corporate taxpayers. But for my corporate taxpayers out there, there's a way you can do this, but it does require just a little additional planning. You want to talk about me, just DM me. We can set something up. But you can't take advantage of that strategy to lower taxes. And then the fourth thing is gather documents. Now, I know some of the tax documents you have is documents from third parties. You probably won't get those to the end of January, right? Probably won't get those to the end of January. But anything else you have, like any receipts, anything that you know that you did throughout the year, maybe you sold a house, maybe you got married, maybe you had a baby, maybe you did several transactions you engaged in. Just gather the paperwork from those things and be ready to have for when you prepare your taxes or you pay someone. So I'm going to go over the beauty business year-end checklist one more time. And I think to make this very easy, I'll go ahead and make a post this week. So you have that and you can save it. All right. This is the beauty business year-end checklist again. Number 1, get your beauty businesses books in order. You can do nothing without books. You can do nothing without financial data. Okay. If you don't have a system in place, you have 2 options. Put it in a spreadsheet or put it in QuickBooks Online or any other cloud accounting software you like. I personally like QuickBooks Online. But you got to get all that data from this whole year into the system, because what happens is in step number 2, we're going to use the system to generate our financial statements. What are the financial statements? Income statement that tells us the profitability of our company. Balance sheet, it tells us how much our company is worth, the financial position at a point in time. And then cash flow tells us where the cash goes. Now, once you have your bookkeeping system and then you have your set of financial statements, now you can move on to step 3, which is assessing your performance. How did you do during the year? How did you do compared to the goal you have for yourself? Right? Write these things down. Step number 4, after you've assessed where you've been and where you are, now you can plan for the upcoming year. Now you can plan for 2020. Set these 2021 money goals, right? Prepare a budget. Prepare a budget because the budget is going to be the roadmap for you to achieve that money goal you have, right? My extra little bonus was, remember guys, we're going to shut down again. It's not a if, it's a when. So always think about another revenue stream that you can implement in your beauty business that does not require you to be in front of your client, and make an actual plan to implement it before this year is over. You don't want to get to 21, you wake up one day, oh, we shut down, can't go nowhere, do nothing, and you have nothing in place. You want to do this, you want to implement this now, especially just to make sure it's viable. Okay? And then step number 5, get organized for tax season. Because now that you got all your books together, you have your budget for 2021, you have everything. Now you can go ahead and take the 2020 documents that you put together in step 1, and you can kind of get organized for tax season. Decide if you're doing it yourself or you're hiring somebody. If you're hiring somebody, understand that a typical tax return can start at $500-$600. It could start at that much. So if you're hiring, start budgeting for that cost now. Don't get to 2021 and get sticker shocked when you have a call with a CPA and they say $500 and you're like, you had no idea, right? So if you'll hire somebody, budget for it now, or make the decision whether you're going to do it yourself and decide what software you're going to use and put on your calendar right now when you're going to do it. You're going to do your taxes February the 20th, and you're going to block out a whole weekend and get it done, because that's how long it's going to take you, okay? After you have decided whether you're going to do it yourself or not, and you have your books together, comp out, whether you think you're going to have a tax bill or not. You can do that now. You only got a month left. Nothing's going to significantly change in a month. I mean, sure, December's going to be a great month for most of you, a lot of you. But you can kind of get an idea right now what that tax bill is going to be like. If you're going to have a high tax bill, start thinking of some tax strategies you can implement within these last 30 days of the year. I gave you a couple of them. Number 1, you can prepay expenses. If you know you're going to buy supplies and equipment in January for your business, go ahead and buy it now. You can deduct it for 2020, and then you can lower that bill. Number 2, consider contributing to a retirement plan. Pay your future self instead of the government. And then 3, if you got some children, some little kids, at least 7, put them to work. Put them to work if you're not a corporation, and deduct what you pay them on your taxes and lower your bill. And then start to gather all those documents. Whatever you've done during the year, start to gather those things. Especially, I want to put in a little sidebar, especially if you took out PPP. There's a lot of drama going around about PPP. They're fighting now to be able to allow small business owners to deduct the expenses that PPP paid for. Government doesn't want it to happen, but the accounting world does. We don't know what the outcome is yet, but I'll be watching and I'll let you know. Okay, guys, so I hope that little checklist was helpful. I know it was a lot. I'll try to put this in a post throughout the week so you guys can kind of save it, for when you are working on this month in December before the year is over, okay? Because we don't want to be doing this in January 2021. We want to be doing this now so that we can start 2021 right, okay? Again, I am Kanisha Coleman, the Beauty CPA. I own Coleman Tax, exclusively serving beautypreneurs. Our goal is to maximize profit and save you money with CFO and tax services. One other thing I do want to remind you all of is You got till midnight wherever you live, even on the West Coast, to go ahead and join Beautypreneur Finance Academy at the founding members price for $97. That was my bad. I don't know what went wrong with the website, but my makeup for it is to give you more time, more days. If you have any questions about the course, feel free to DM me about it. If you go to the sales page, bit.ly/Beautypreneur Finance Academy, I got a couple videos and lots of kind of breakdown of what the course will go over for the next 4 weeks. One thing I want to point out is that everything I talked about is exactly what we're doing in the course. So if you want to save yourself a little headache and you want a friend in me to help guide you, I think BFA would be a great option for you, okay? I'm going to let you go on that note. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me. I'll be up for a couple more hours, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a good night.